Yeah. We back. ADHD. Thoughts in the box. I thought that kind of had a ring to it, though. Know what I'm saying? So I said, fuck it, let's go with that. So
Thoughts in the box definitely sound hard.
Thoughts in the box. And then we all in the box. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts in the box. You know what I mean?
Tomorrow, no silliness.
What up?
Tomorrow on the lunch hour, we're gonna do. People really think I hate Drake, or I'm like, I ain't never disrespected Drake.
Nah. Yo, listen.
And it's funny because people don't get that because we live in such a a tender time where it's just tender, where if you make a joke, like if all of that, but it's gonna be good tomorrow for the lunch hour. We're going up.
Yeah. Because they definitely be thinking, yo, you be hating on them. They saying the same shit to me. I'm like, yo, there ain't no hating bone in my body for anybody. I'm too strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate nobody, B. I ain't gonna hate nobody because of the music. Like, I'm not doing that. That's not my style. But yeah, though, man. Yo, let's kick it over to what's the name though first. Stephen A. responds. Yo, I think that Stephen A. might have responded like that because Ack was trying to kick that man back in the other day. He called him pussy. He called him all type of shit. Like, yo, Ack said, yo, yeah, you folded up when LeBron ran up in your face like that. This. I think he might have seen that and was like, hold on, man, I got it. I'm from Queens, B. Niggas got me fucked up right now. I'm from Queens, B. And he responded the right way.
Yeah, if you let an act get you pumped up to do something, though, that's your biggest problem. Like, you can't act get you like that. Act ain't that kind of person. It's like letting a little old white man in the office get you pumped up to do something silly, like to go bust on somebody. It's like, bro, you ain't even in this arena.
I think that's what it was, though. Oh, it might have been somebody else, though, too. It could have been somebody else. It could have been Shannon.
I just think even in that situation, bro, it's like I think they were both right. I think Brian is right, for defending his son no matter what, and I think Stephen A. is right for being critical of an NBA player, who might have got a little smoother ride than 99.9% of the talent in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a space where both people are right. You know what I mean? And now it's how you proceed.
I think that. Trip, what you think, Trip?
I think LeBron is just being a fucking baby. And I fuck with LeBron. That's the homie. But he being a baby. Because how you think Anthony Bennett's dad felt when everybody was clowning his son? He ended up out the league. How you think Kwame Brown dad felt when everybody was clowning him? It's a lot of, like, if you're going to be a professional player, you're going to get professional criticism. He can't want his son to be baby. Like, the NBA is a man's league. It's not a little boy's league. We don't care who your dad is. We don't care who your son is. When you get on that screen, when you get on that 94 feet, when you put up 0 points against the Philadelphia 76ers and you look the way that kid looked, he didn't look like a professional. That's LeBron's fault. LeBron, the one that pushed that kid into the NBA knowing he wasn't ready. So now he has to be harshly critiqued. Like, he got to stop taking this shit personal. It'd be if Bronny was balling, if Bronny was averaging 12 points and they was coming down on him like this, I would take LeBron's side. You know what I mean? But Bronny is not an NBA player. And LeBron has to accept that fact, and he has to stop being sensitive when other people say it out loud.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks being a Lakers fan right there, man. And you gotta have that manager 12th man on the bench, man. I gotta be terrible for y'all, man, right there, man. You could have had somebody else.
He's a waste of a roster spot. He is a waste of a roster spot because he wouldn't be on any other roster in the NBA. He couldn't make no other 12-man team in the NBA, and he probably couldn't start in any professional league in the fucking world.
Did he go cross seas? He can't go cross seas?
He wouldn't start. He could be on the team across seas. He wouldn't start.
But the Lakers picked him up. The Lakers picked him up.
I mean, remember, it's a business too. It's not. It's not. Look, the NBA is not about competing the way people think. It's an entertainment business. There's entertainment in LeBron James Sr. playing with LeBron James Jr. I'm with you, True. I definitely don't think historically of the talent we saw, Bronny is probably of NBA ilk, but I mean, it's not just competitive, you know what I'm saying? Like it's also the entertainment part, and it's entertaining, you know what I'm saying? It's entertaining to watch him play with his son, and that's the business.
That's your future, man. That's your future.
No, his contract lasts as long as LeBron here.
Oh yeah, that kid is out. As soon as LeBron is gone, he's out of here. And I feel like LeBron did what he was supposed to do as a father, as far as like getting him on the team, using your leverage to get your kids ahead. That's part of being a father too. But look, if I run an auto mechanic shop and my son work with me, and my son fuck up your car, and I charge you $800 for it, and you come back because your car's fucked up and you cuss out my son, I can't, hey. No, you fucked up that nigga's car. You were supposed to fix it and you didn't fix it. You fucked up his car. I ain't gonna let you beat him up. I'm not gonna let you beat him up.
This a little different because it's not like LeBron James Jr. is fucking up nothing. It's entertaining to watch him and his son play. That's the point of it. Look, I don't think Stephen A is wrong being critical of him as an NBA player. And I don't think LeBron James is wrong as being a father. Like, hey, bro, don't be hypercritical of my son. You ain't talking about no other second round picks like this. Nobody. You feel me? Like, don't, it's nothing wrong.
But like Stephen A said though, like you put the light on your son like that. When your son was in high school,
came on his son because he's LeBron James Sr. And he did say some things like his son was better than half the NBA, but all fathers supposed to say that. LeVar, every father, you supposed to. I wouldn't say that as a father, but maybe I probably wouldn't be a great father because I didn't say that.
But LeVar came from a different angle though. So now that he gave the example, you don't see Carmelo doing that shit. You ain't see D Wade doing that shit. You ain't see Kenyon Martin doing that shit. You ain't see no former basketball player boosted. That was marketing right there. He was marketing his son into getting into the NBA within
That's all that. What you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't knock him for it. Shatif, what up? I don't knock him for it at all.
Nah, but the thing that makes it worse is the Lakers have an undrafted player starting for them right now. Like Austin Reeves, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't drafted. Austin Reeves averaging damn near 17 points a game. So when you see a kid that was drafted in the second round and he's playing the way Bronny's playing, he's gonna get a little bit of criticism. And like Glasses said, when you get up on the internet and say your son could play in the NBA when he couldn't average 5 points in college, it's gonna be an issue.
Yeah. And then you pressing a person that's just doing their job. All they doing was his job. You know what I'm saying? You ain't feel like your man was up to, you know what I'm saying, on the level of. But no, I seen another thing though, right? I seen somebody else break down. They broke it down. They said, Joe, they broke down the players that got drafted around Bronny. You know what I'm saying? And it was like all those players got identical stats as Bronny, if not worse.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's the problem. The problem is there is a level of attention because it's LeBron James, Jr. So I get both points. I'm not mad at both points. You know what I mean? I think both people could be right. It's just, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be all right. He didn't kick his ass. I can see if he kicked his ass. You know what I mean? He didn't kick his ass. He just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. He said, I think
keep my son's name out your mouth, punk.
That was crazy.
First thing he did was put his son's name in his mouth. Now you really got to kick his ass.
That nigga said, leave my baby alone, Glasses. Leave my baby alone, man.
T, what's wrong with your phone, man?
T in the car, probably.
Get some volume, T. Put the volume on that phone.
On. But
I think Savannah made him do that. I think think LeBron wanted his son to be a man, but when wifey in your ear, you gotta go up there and showboat a little bit.
I think it was more so Bronny looked across the court. Yeah, there you go right there. And then Bron said,
you know what?
I got you.
I'm not mad at that Savannah James. For sure, your old lady in your ear, like, popping it, you feel me? Like, this punk ass nigga talking about my son, like, that's going to piss you off. So, look, I don't think neither person is wrong. I think Stephen A is doing his professional. He's being a professional, a professional analyst of basketball and an entertainer. And I think LeBron James is being a professional father. You feel me? Like, I think all of it makes for good television. You know what I mean? Like, now if they had a squabble, then we probably have a different conversation.
Braun would have folded that boy up, man. That's why Stephen A was sitting like this. He was sitting like this.
Stephen A from Queens, bro.
I mean, yeah, he from Queens. Though. Stephen A might have had, he might have a little pop in there. He might have a little pop in it. You know what I'm saying? He went to Jamaica High School. Jamaica High School, yeah. So
it's gonna sound crazy to people, but I don't think Stephen A is the punk that people coming across. I think Stephen A can't be popping it at that level and still being at the court sides if he a punk. You don't see Skip at the games. You don't see Skip at the games. A couple homies brought that to my attention. Skip don't be at the game because I don't think Skip on that timing. Hey, that for him to be at that Laker game courtside, LeBron there, knowing all that he been popping, yeah, that's that nigga really from Queens, man. It's the Queens move. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he the sucker people think he
is. Yeah. He went to Jamaica High School. Yeah. He might. I don't think he knows sucker though, even though. So you're saying that Skip is like the academic of sports media. I get what you're saying right there.
Big Axe say he be outside.
Shit, where at? In his backyard?
Who knows? I seen him at some concert. I seen him at something. He was up there doing something. Nobody didn't do nothing to him.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. All praise to. But yeah, man. So we ain't even gotta jump into that right there real quick. Yo, I had seen a what's the name? I asked a question in the chat though too. So today marked 5 days since we went, you know what I'm saying, since we was put on lockdown. No, 5 days, 5 years, excuse me. 5 years since we was put on lockdown for 16 months. Do y'all see in any way like that hip hop changed since then? Or anything in the world changed since then? I mean, we know the world changed.
You know what's funny? Things happen in the, what do we call that again? What was it called? It's been that long. It's crazy. I forgot what we call it.
The pandemic. The
pandemic is funny.
The pandemic.
Things happen in the pandemic that didn't come out of the pandemic.
What you mean, like carry on to after it?
Like music, certain artists, certain things were huge deals in the pandemic, but out of the pandemic, you feel me, is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't come out of the pandemic, like they was only good for that time. That's something that blew me away. Lakers being the championship teams in the pandemic.
Bubble chip.
That didn't come out the pandemic.
That was crazy.
Some shit stayed there.
Got that. They went up there and got that right there.
They'll be, yeah, I give a lot of props to Bron for that last moment. You feel me? That last, like he squeezed that last chip out of the league and it worked out and he was ready and prepared for it because a lot of the NBA homies said they was trying to get the season to be done with. You know, they was already mad about how they were being treated. And Bron was like, no, we can finish. Bron knew he had them old vets. He had a bunch of all NBA defenders and all kind of fly. He's like, nah, we finna finish this season. Right, I got action.
I'm stealing this one right here, boy. I'm taking this one.
Yeah.
Whenever they got that
artists didn't come out the pandemic. Like I'm a big fan of Megan Thee Stallion, but how we felt about her in the pandemic, how I felt about her stage, but I think how a lot of people, Roddy, I don't think people feel the same way about these people out of the pandemic. Like it was a different energy or something.
I ain't gonna hold you. When the pandemic started, right? I just knew we was about to get a lot of music, yo. I'm like, these niggas gonna lock in right now and just be, and come out of this shit. They're gonna lock in the studio. They're gonna come out of this shit with we're gonna get some good albums and this. And that shit fell short though. I ain't seen I don't think nobody came out with nothing that was like that stuck like that. Or
well, I think the thing was a lot of people music is predicated on how it does outside. So when everybody was inside, they had no barometer on what was actually good opposed to what wasn't good. And I think Roddy was gonna go no matter what. Like Roddy album came out December 2019. I think he was gonna go no matter what. I think he might have went better had we been outside, because I think the box would have went crazy if we would have still been outside. But it also fit the pandemic because it's a song called The Box, and we was all stuck in our house. So it fit the time perfect. But I think that would have went no matter what. But I think a lot of artists, they base, the value of what they do on how other people respond to it in an outside setting, opposed to like being cerebral and just making a good body of work that will be appreciated in time. I think everybody they want that instant gratification. They want to come out, they want to do 100,000 first week. They want a song that's top 10. They want niggas talking about their album. They don't care about what niggas talking about 5 years from now. That's why a lot of music don't be lasting long, because the artists ain't focused on it. They don't give a fuck what their music do in 2027. That don't matter to them. They want to know what's their music gonna do by the end of the summer. What's their music doing Memorial Day weekend. Yeah.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Shot, you good over there?
It sounds crazy to hear Trill talking and to hear the full sonics of his voice.
This is what I'm saying. This is why my man needs a microphone. Like, come on, bro.
It's a crazy stream, cuz. That's crazy.
Come on, now we need a shot get right and we good. You know
Every now and again, Trill will make some incredible points. But I mean, to even build on what he's saying, it's like it go back into the same conversation we was having, man. It's a lot of short-sighted ideas. I mean, things that make us feel comfortable, like sounds, like West Coast sounds or East Coast sounds, like that make us feel comfortable. It makes it digestible versus really what we're trying to do as musicians, what we're trying to do as coaches, what we're trying to do as artists, you know what I'm saying? Which is really a lot deeper and a lot more of a connection point than we ever given it credit. And to Trill's point, to build on it, is like a lot of artists do have these short-sighted things. I was today, I'm so just about, I put out Cancel 2 years ago, right? It's 2023, like right in October. And I needed to put out a new album just to feel the landscape. Like I needed to see what was happening. You know, I'll let y'all in on some crazy stuff. A lot of artists, you know, we're using stream forms. You know, it was a lot of 1 for 5s. It was a lot of people doing 1 stream for 5 streams. Like I never really got a chance to use it because I wasn't putting out music during that time. But a lot of artists y'all seen going crazy with music. The reason you don't see them going crazy with music now is because they don't have that access. Like they're not able to do those same techniques. You know, a lot of that, the stream form matters for 1 for 5 because that 5 push you through. You know, it makes you a part of Spotify's marketing. So now they start to market your music and promote your music. You know what I mean? Those 1 for 5. So not only the 5. So that 1 for 5 could look like, you know what I mean? It could get you another 20. You know what I mean? Another 20 listeners. Because now Spotify is promoting you because it feels like your content is engaging. Without access to that, you know, ever since they pulled it back, you know, now they're not letting a lot of, you know, only certain majors have access to it at the highest level. You know what I mean? That type of marketing. You don't see a lot of people putting out a lot of music. A lot of music, you look at them streams, them numbers look crazy because now that game is up. And when I put out Cancel, I was able to see that. Like I was watching it, like I realized that program was not available. So I was on my own. It's like, damn, that's not available. So putting it out and realizing what you would make back and how much you had available to market. I was Trill this. It was like a lot of it I had to start finding different things. So, you know, instead of coming right back with an album in 2024, you know what I mean? I was like, let me finish getting my catalog up. Like, I'm finna try to put out a bunch of new music. I need to just get my catalog in place. But I developed some new things to really help hip hop. You know, I even listened to somebody told me how music was worthless and you have to use music to sell other products. I'm like, how could music be worthless if Spotify is $1 billion company? How could music be worthless if Apple Music is $1 billion company? How could music be worthless if YouTube became $1 billion company because of music? And it's a lot of rhetoric like East Coast and West Coast sounds that keep carrying that are just short-sighted and simple and digestible for the average layman mind. But really it's a much, you know, it's even a much simpler concept than these things. And it became like you have to take more time and you got to do a hip hop approach, Trap. Like, you know what I mean? You may not have a 5-piece band. Not only do you have to get your Marley Marl on with the music, but you got to get your Marley Marl on with how you releasing, distributing, and marketing records. You can't use Spotify's marketing asset. You can't use YouTube's True Views. Hell, shit, fucking Pepsi is giving YouTube advertisement dollars. What's your little money gonna do from hip hop? You gotta get right back to the hip hop. You gotta thank Audio 2. You gotta thank Ice-T. You gotta thank Initial Def Jam. You gotta thank Treacherous 3. You gotta thank a lot of fly shit to make this thing go. And I think people keep trying to simplify it into a place that feels safe versus, taking a plane off autopilot and flying it by hand.
So, I mean, I know we started this off by saying we don't hate on Drake, which we don't though at all. But this might seem like, but I've read up, or I heard somebody saying that that Drake is responsible for taking the a big part of them taking the physical copies of music out and turning music into a subscription based form though. You know what I'm saying? Like they used him as the poster child for that shit.
I don't know if one half of that is true. I definitely think it's a couple things that made the business go away from physicals. Cars stopped having, like once the iPhone came about, you know what I mean? Like physical music was on. Once iTunes became a thing with the iPhone, physical music was on borrowed time. I do think Drake was used as a mark. He really made great records. You know what I'm saying? So they used his music, and they was able to take his bass and bring their bass to digital platforms. So I don't know if he was a part of replacing physical music as much as physical compact discs were on their way out the door as a mainstream way to hear music.
So what they say is that it wouldn't have happened so fast without him like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they use like I'm saying, I'm not saying it was on him though, but they used him as the poster child of doing it though. Like it wouldn't have caught on so fast like that, like as fast as it did. But I mean, it wouldn't have been him; it would have been somebody else though, too, though. So we can't really go with that though either.
I mean, definitely Apple Music realized he had a bass, and they started moving him into stream parts, but I don't think it was like so much he was responsible for the end of physical product as much as he was able to shift a large fan base to streaming. And rest assured, like he benefits from the same marketing where there's, fudge numbers. No different than people buying albums back in, the 90s. Somebody, they had 450,000 who's gonna buy these 50,000.
Put it up there.
Certify this thing. Go. You know what I'm saying? I think that's standard, but again, I think hip hop was always against the rules. Hip hop never followed the rules, and I think hip hop since the 90s has gotten comfortable with following the rules. So we tried to follow the rules coming into the 2000 teens, and we realized, and it kind of had some stuff. We figured out a little loophole, but now 2020s, none of that shit is working, and the only thing that's going to work is those who are going against the rules. You know what I mean? Like the major labels don't even know how to market a record anymore like that. Like they bro, we can't. Like I'm watching them try to work this Sexy Red Bruno Mars song, and I'm watching it struggle because that's a record that really needs to work outside. Like in the parties need to have influence. You know what I mean? Like it needs to have influence to other people, and it lacks that influence now. Like the party don't have the same influence.
That record wasn't gonna work. I've been listening, man. Shout out to my brother J1s and everything. From when I heard that shit though, B, come on, man. I understand like anything could work. You know what I'm saying? As long as they put a little bit of effort into it, they can make it happen though. But I don't think that's one of them though. I don't think that's one of them.
They tried to steal one with that because it got that DJ Mustard sound to it. So remember in 2014, everybody was riding that Mustard wave. Like to this day, people probably think that Fancy record by Iggy Azalea was produced by DJ Mustard, but it wasn't. People were just hopping on that wave and getting a hit out of the wave. Like Fergie did a Mustard record. Tinashe came out with the 2 On record. They was all riding that Mustard algorithm, and it was pushing people to star-like status and making records that would have been, pretty good into hit records. But back to the thing about the streaming thing and Drake. I think I don't know if Drake is the catalyst for it. I think he's part of it. Because it's really the blog era. Because the blog era was creating pseudo stars out of niggas with no physical product. Like it was all just download this mixtape from that Piff, download it from this nigga's blog, and it was creating niggas that was able to tour off of just downloads. And it's like there's no physical product. Like I never met a nigga with the Cushion orange juice on CD. You know what I mean? Like all of them things, it wasn't no CDs for those. Like when So Far Gone came out, So Far Gone took the country by storm. And until he signed that record deal and they put out that EP, there was no physical form of So Far Gone that I ever came across. So he was able to get a top 10 record off of something that had no physical product. And I think someone in the
That's
record
not,
label.
but that part's not true. But I like that you used the word pseudo star, Trill. That was important. That simple terminology. They become pseudo stars. They're not stars, but they have a decent market share without having a physical product. I like that term, Trill. Pseudo. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just saying pseudo star. I like that you use that. That's important because they do become pseudo stars, not stars. Like when this record became a top 10, even though most people didn't know that Cash Money had already been working the record.
Yeah, Trill.
Trill, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, my fault. It cut off for a second. But yeah, like I feel like Drake was the first person from that era that had the image they wanted. He had the look they wanted. He had the story that they wanted. Because I think they was kind of afraid because the majority of the people that was coming through the blog era system hadn't necessarily been vetted by the record labels. You didn't know who these niggas was. Like, oh, Kid Cudi's from fucking the suburbs of Cleveland. They knew about Wiz Khalifa because he was already in the record label system. He was already at Warner. And then, it kind of went awry and he started doing his own thing. But they didn't know who any of these niggas was. They saw Drake, clean cut. He was from Degrassi. He was now working with Cash Money. So he already had like a backing that would give him a certain level of credibility in the streets. He got Birdman standing next to him. He got Lil Wayne, who was the hottest rapper in the world, standing next to him. So it's like, okay. And then they saw the immediate success of Drake. But if people remember, when the first album came out, Thank Me Later, people were saying that Drake was going to sell 1 million copies this first week. He came out and did 440, and there was a lot of people that was disappointed. And they're like, oh man, like they didn't properly know how to do this thing quite yet. And then you fast forward later on, you start seeing all his first weeks start to increase. And I think with Drake is driven not by his stand base or like the people that are immediate fans. I think Drake is driven by casual listeners. And that's why the streaming benefits it so much because a casual listener, 9 times out of 10 ain't gonna go to the store and buy your CD. But if I could just press a button on my phone and listen to the song of yours that I like, that benefits me a lot more than having to go to Target and buy your motherfucking CD. And I think Drake is the king of that. Drake is the king of making 4 songs that are inescapable for 12 months. And the best model to be able to sell that type of shit, in my personal opinion, would be the streaming type platform. Because now all I gotta do is click. I don't gotta get in my car. I don't gotta drive nowhere. I don't gotta order nothing.
Yeah.
I can just click on this little thing. It's gonna play this record. I can put on this little playlist, and y'all can tell me who the next 5 Drakes are gonna be, and I'm gonna determine if I want to repeat these songs or not.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that. I'm thinking about it. That's why he needed to kind of dig deeper into culture. That's why he had to start presenting himself more culturally because you're rapping. It's hard to be the biggest star in the world or if you're not culturally appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're just rapping. That's a good point, Trail. And I'm thinking about that's when he started to really do monster first weeks that were like incredible is because people started to feel like, for lack of a better term, he was one of us.
Yeah, because when he first came out, there was that initial pushback, and like
what
regular
is
niggas
this?
was not fucking with Drake when he first came out. It was women in college. They the ones that elevated Drake to where he is. It was the black women in college and the nerds. They was the ones. They was trying to convince us. Yo, Drake is dope. I remember the first nigga told me Drake is dope.
I remember that too.
I saw he had a P code on. I said, I'm not listening to that nigga. Look what he got on.
That's the matrix that most of his listeners use to judge whether he's hot or not. It's not even really the music. They go to Spotify. That's the first thing that they say.
Yeah. But it's funny. It's funny. I didn't think about that. That's I remember when it was marketing him and that was the pushback. And I would think he's dope. Like he could rap his ass off. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't understand what hip hop was, but I knew that this guy was a dope rapper. But obviously I felt the same way. I'm like, he dope. Whenever the songs come on, I was a casual listener. I'm like, oh, best I ever had. You know what I'm saying? Of successful. I'm like, oh, he got some good, casually, but his brand wasn't polarizing enough to make me be a part of it. That's good, Trill. That's true. Bars. And
The
that makes
first
sense
record
why he decided to dig deeper culturally. You know what I mean? To where we would be like, oh, okay, he is one of us.
Yeah, because the first record I heard from him was Ransom. My homeboy, we was sitting around smoking, listening to music. My homeboy, yo, check out this new kid, Drake. I'm like, man, I've been hearing that name. Play the record. He played me Ransom. I'm like, that shit is dope. What does he look like? Then he showed me the picture to the cover of not so far gone, comeback season when he got the pea coat
Comeback
on with
season.
the leaves falling in the back. I said, what the fuck? Like, this is this nigga? I'm not listening to this nigga. He
My
looks
son had the half moon too. He had the half moon going on too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like it looked like something they was trying to feed us. I'm like, ain't no way I'm listening to no rapper that look like that. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, we should rob this nigga. Like he would do my homework for me. Like, who is this?
Nah, I ain't look that bad. He had the full background going on. Like he was doing
Now we see it differently. He's right. Fucking Trill is killing. He's right. Cause the homies used to be like, and I'm like, yeah, like they like Glasses, you know, this dude that's at the label. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I met him. He all right guy. And they was like, man, you not fuck with him? Like, he dope. And I'm like, yeah, he dope, but like, you know, I could tell, I didn't know what it, you know, now I understand how to verbalize. I'm like, oh, that's why I'm not into him. He's not like hip hop. He's just some guy that can rap, you know what I mean, and make some good records. But it was like, I would casually listen to Cuz shit. I'd be like, man, I remember they played Successful and stuff. I was like, man, this dude is tight. But it wasn't like connecting brand. It was like listening to Madonna rap a song. And I was like, it hit all the points. I'm like, hey, this is cool. I would jam this if it came on the radio, but I wasn't going to download the music. Like, it was no chance. But as time went, as he started to kind of appear a little, for lack of better terms, darker, it was like, you know, people started to indebt themselves, you know what I mean, to him. And it was like, oh, he becomes their representative.
Yeah.
But shout out to LK, because she's saying that it's like, he doesn't make like music you can smoke a black. Like, it's not that type of anchor until in the middle of his career. Like songs like Nonstop, where you're like, oh yeah, this nigga, you know, that's my favorite Drake song. So it's like, oh, I get it.
You gotta freak the black and mild real quick. You ain't freaking the black and mild, you listen to Drake. You just smoking that shot the rapper real quick like that.
Exactly. But Trap, just think about it. If you think about all the rappers you love, all the rappers you listen to from age 8 to now, every rapper we ever listened to was the type of nigga that could have came in the park and chill with us, or the type of nigga that would roll past us in the street and be like, I want that car you got. Like, every rapper had a certain level of aura and allure that we wanted to be a part of. Drake is the first nigga that, at least niggas like us that are, you know, from the streets.
I was asking that question though, Trill. I asked that question about. I said, yo, what top rapper has ever been that people ain't want to? No, I'm saying, I ain't gonna say want to be, but just whatever. They carry some type of flair with them. They be like, yo, I want to walk like him. Well, at least a young generation be like that though. He carried no influence though. You know what I'm saying? I never feel like he carried influence though. I agree with you with that. I asked my brother that shit a while ago though. But the ones who really be stuck on Drake though is the ones who was around like 15 years old when he came out. We talked about shit before, Trill, about the fact where like your favorite music comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time my favorite music comes from the age range. What we say before, Trill, like it was like 14 to 15 or something like that, right? 14, 15, 16. That's normally the time. Yeah.
It was like between 13 and 15 is where you identify your favorite music of your lifetime. And that's what we go back to. Like, one of my favorite albums is NORE that came out when I was 13 years old. And I remember just being in my room, just bumping that, like not even wanting to go outside, just want to listen to this album and then go outside. It would be the soundtrack to my walk down the block. Like, I'm listening to I Love My Life. It became a part of my everyday lifestyle. But I think Drake make music for niggas that were, because Drake seemed like someone that was uncomfortable with himself throughout his teenage years. And I think his music is for niggas that experienced that. Like, they were uncomfortable about themselves. They didn't feel accepted. And I think Drake represents the gold standard of buying your way into acceptance, of being, you know, becoming cool. It's like when Steve Urkel go into that machine and become Stephon. That's Drake.
That's a fact. That's a fact. There you go. Got a new one. We got a new one.
I'm fucking crying. Trill got that big phone. Cuz going crazy.
We got a new one. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely what it was though. And then, like Glasses said, but Glasses put all the blame on Kanye when it comes down to it though.
Fucking yay. bro.
You put all the blame on
Ye, bro. Ye was so borderline with it, bro. Like Ye is the type of nigga, when you first heard of Ye, you'd be like, man, Ye, he right. Ye could kick it was at the park. But now that you know the real Ye, Ye could not kick it with you at the park. Right now, if Ye showed up at the park, niggas would not be like, it's Kanye, so you'd be like, yeah, cuz it's cool. But like really, he started talking because you probably want to beat him up.
Nah, he getting jumped at the park now.
Yeah, because he pop any of that shit, you feel me, cuz get rushed. So he always was so borderline. And I remember telling Trap this, I'm like, cuz his first song, he's such a wizard with black music. Like he's another level of wizard with black music. Like to take that Shaka Khan song, like sometimes I listen, somebody was playing, was it I think it was Shy, but he was playing RZA beats back to Ye beats.
I did it that day. That day we did it on the West Coast.
You could just hear all the pop in Ye beats and all the soul and RZA beats. I was like, fuck, how did I miss this? You know what I mean? Because it felt like it should have been the same as RZA or Primo. And it's like, if you play those instrumentals back to back, you could be like, oh, hell no. It sounds like Max Martin made some of this shit. You know what Ye was doing. So, but that's a prime example. And it's not the 2025 Ye that's getting pressed. This is the 2025 Ye is actually the 2004 Ye.
No,
that's a fact. What he's saying is true. That's true.
He just talk less. He got into a car accident with insurance, and we were so polarized because he used Shaka Khan. It was like, I'm telling you, you don't believe me, Trap, but he understands how to use that shit like as a weapon, like Drake.
Now,
except Ye is like us, so it's closer enough to where, I'm not calling him Drake. I'm just saying, bro, he weaponized black music to appeal to us in a unique way, bro. Like the way he used Shaka Khan, nigga, is crazy on that song. That shit is incredible. And it gave us this sense of, you know, again, blackness ain't just struggle, but we can't just help but think that in America. Fucking we in America. You know what I mean? So you hear Shaka Khan and he got this struggle story of getting into a car accident with insurance, and it was like, but it's Shaka Khan.
Did he ever mention insurance on that song?
Bro, let me pick Cedar Sign. That's the best fucking.
Let me piggyback off what Glass is saying. Kanye absolutely kicked that door down for the Drakes of the world, but he was covered in the shroud of blackness too. It wasn't because Kanye used culture, he used his race, and he used his location. Because if Kanye wasn't a black man from Chicago, if he would have been from South Dakota, we'd have been like, the beach is cool, but we don't fuck with you like that. But he used the fact that he was from Chicago, and like Glass was saying, he used that Shaka Khan sample. We was already emotional because we was hearing something that we loved. Anytime you attach yourself to something that black people love, we're going to be a little bit more endearing towards you and what you do, because that's just how we operate. We operate off of that level of emotion and that level of familiarity. And that's what you get me? Yeah, Kanye wrapped himself. Yeah, Kanye wrapped himself in that level of culture and familiarity where he was able to hide a lot of them thoughts. Like Glasses said, he was the same nigga he is today. He was that in 2004. But he just wasn't comfortable enough to do and say the shit that he does and says now. He done made enough money, so it's like, I can say what I want now. I don't need this. But back then, he needed a level of acceptance at that time, so he couldn't speak his mind 100%. He's like, I could be 70%. When I go off this deep end, they go, stop me. Because Kanye, he was always doing that shit. They said when that nigga went to go market he told them, I'm gonna be bigger than Michael Jackson and Prince. This is before he made a record. He was telling people that before he made Through the Wire, before the car accident. He was telling them that. That he been bugged out.
Yeah. It's true. It was right.
He told niggas, wait till I get my money right. He told niggas on the second album, man.
But he kicked down the door for the whole blog era too. Like,
that's what I say.
He's the first, because Kanye, we might let him come to the park if he was someone's cousin, or if he knew somebody that was already be at the park. He couldn't come to the park by himself as a nigga that nobody knew. He couldn't do that.
He better not say that neither. He better not say too much, bro.
I don't know.
He better not say too much, Trap. Niggas rushing it, bro.
If he can hoop, he bro. If he come through there, he come to the park, he able to hoop, we might accept.
He got to offer something. If he's good at basketball, he's cool. But if he
that nigga can't hoop, bro. You know that nigga can't hoop, bro.
I've seen him hoop.
You know that nigga cannot hoop, B. No chance that nigga can hoop.
He got a little sign.
I bet you
better than Obama.
He cannot
better than
hoop.
Obama. He better than Obama.
I bet you he ain't nowhere near nice as Obama.
Man, he better than Obama.
Obama got a jumper though. Obama he got that
clean,
form,
bro.
He got that form.
He better than Floyd Mayweather.
No, Floyd.
Yes, he is. Floyd trash.
No. Floyd better. Manny Pacquiao's better than Kanye West at basketball.
Kanye better than Joe Budden. Kanye better than Joe Budden.
Yeah, he better than Joe Budden.
Have y'all seen Ye hoop?
Yeah, I've seen Ye hoop before.
He ain't that.
He got a little game. Yeah, he got a little game. He got a little game. But Joe Budden's though, I don't know what the hell Joe Budden shot.
Oh, it makes sense Joe Budden play basketball like that. That actually, y'all lying if y'all act like that Joe Budden don't seem like the way he hoop. That actually, I would have been surprised if Joe was nice. You know, I searched like Cameron pop it like he nice at hoops.
Yeah, Cam was nice.
Like Joe act like he wouldn't be nice at hoops.
Joe seems like the type of nigga that just be fouling niggas. Like Joe is like the cleanup man type nigga. Like I'm a foul, I'm a dive for the basketball, I'm elbowing niggas.
Yeah. No, Joe seems like the nigga who trying to do all the moves he see on TV. He trying to come to the court and do all the shit, do the pump fake, up and down. He doing all that shit right there. He doing all the crossover move and losing the ball though. That's like what nigga he look like, man.
The fact he had the untucked wife beater in, that's like number one. Untucked wife beater? Nah, I'm not playing ball with you, bro.
And the wife beater was like this too.
He always got a baggy. Where does he buy his wife beaters from? They always baggy. Like he buy them used.
He got the baby boy. He got the stupid baby boy wife beaters. He got those wife beaters right there.
Got the mechanic wife beater. Like this is the 2-day-old mechanic wife beater.
Yo, I gotta see this video right here though. They said Lil Wayne and the Hot Boys walked up the stage in the middle of Birdman's speech. Damn, son. What's going on over there, B? They just ready to get this shit over with? Let me see this real quick. That's foul. They did it like that to him. Man. They ain't do Birdman. They ain't do stuff like that. Did they, Glasses, man?
Nah, they did. I didn't watch it with the sound on though. I did.
Family, them niggas family.
I'm about to pull it right now. Hold on.
I don't think it's meant the way that the internet is trying to make it
bro,
seem.
Ye cannot hoop, bro. Ye is not nice, bro.
You see the video? You see the video?
Yes, I'm looking at the video. This video crazy. He looked like he can't play.
Oh, let me see.
And he one of them niggas that hop out on the defense way too tight. You could already tell. Oh my God, Trap. You tried to lie to me, Trap. I'm gonna send you this so you can put this on the big screen.
Yeah. Send it to me. Hey, man, I don't know what that was about.
Trio, Trap just tried to play us, bro. Listen, Trap, I love Ye, bro. I'm a huge Ye fan, bro. I'm a huge Ye fan, bro. But we don't gotta lie to love him. We can actually make him the spaz he is, and I still love cuz he's still in my top 5. He could be he could say piece of shit, and he's still in my top 5. We don't you don't have to like somebody to admit how great they are.
That's fair.
That nigga, boy, you should see this shot. That nigga turned and shot this shot. I was looking like, man, of course he hooped like this.
He hooped better than R. Kelly?
No.
Oh my God.
Kels was nice.
Kels was nice. They said Kels was nice. They did say Kels was nice.
But he got to take all the shots, though. You can't shoot if you're on his team. You got to pass.
That was the crazy shit. If you're on his team, you can't shoot the ball. He got to shoot all the shots. That was crazy. And they said that. He said that's when they knew he was a sick bastard. Hold on.
That nigga, yeah.
There you go.
No, for real. Yeah, that's my issue with the blog era, bro. That's my complete issue. Look at that. Look at this.
Look how he walked off. Look how he walked off.
He shot that like a girl.
He knocked it down.
He shot that like a girl.
He shot a knuckleball.
Oh, when they pull that shoulder, when they pull that one arm up and shoot it.
Yeah, that nigga shot it like a boy with a little too much pride. What's going on?
Hold up, no, watch this bull right here. That nigga ain't got no hoop. Look.
Yeah, lefty.
He don't know what he is. He a lefty, right? He don't know.
He don't know what's up. He artistically trying to shoot a shot. Hold on, watch this shot when he took his turnaround. I think Trap passed it on purpose.
Nah, I ain't passed that.
Hold on, watch this.
The dude scored.
All that smiling. Look at this. Here you go, Trill.
Yeah, you see, what
was that?
You see the 360. Hold on. You see the 360. You see the 360. Look at this. What?
The silhouette looked all right though until you saw where the ball went.
He got a little game.
He don't got no game.
Yo, bro, to have the mental to try to do this move right here.
Bro, that's some artistic shit. What are you doing?
He's just athletic. He don't got no game. He's not coordinated. Like just the way he runs.
He's a black. That's what I'm saying. He's a brother, but it's a certain thing he ain't never figured out quite yet.
Yo, man. Yeah,
look, he pulled that shirt up like that. How girls shoot that. You know how they got to put all the power over here and they shoot it
right here. The shoulder.
He shoot like a high school girl.
Yeah, that's how girls shoot it.
Is there any more of this clip? Oh, yo, that was
really just for the workout, man.
That man.
And then he sat down like he actually did a hard work job on the court.
Hold on. That man did a 360. It was crazy, man.
Cap. Trill, we got to watch Trap, man.
Nah, I think that man could hoop, man. That man got a little game, man. Look, Chicago.
See, that's because we love him.
Yo, that was crazy. Yo, that man did a 360. Why did he do it?
I'm like, if Ye would have been nice and hoop, I would have reversed all out of him. Like, you know what? He playing us. But he hooped the way he act.
Yo, Gigi said he shoot like a gentleman.
It was like he was trying to will the shot into the basket. Like, nah, you got to shoot it, bro. He was trying to will it in there. Like,
he's trying to like, if I just get it up there, it might go in. No, bro.
Oh man, that was crazy.
But he weaponized black music against us to connect to us, to lead us into madness.
Yeah, and I feel like once he did that, he kicked that door down, and then there wasn't this shroud where, like, because to a certain point, rappers had to be from a certain element. It didn't have to be a certain city, but you had to represent a certain element of the black experience in order for you to become a rapper.
Yeah, not just all of them.
Yeah, and Kanye erased that. And that's because right after Kanye, the next era you get is the blog era. You get a bunch of niggas that's making music in their bedroom. Their parents bought the computer. You know, they in 10th grade. The girl that they like don't like them, and they think they can make a song to become cool at school. Yeah.
And all the songs is she don't love me. She don't love me. And they like, I was having this conversation with Trap about conscious versus gangster rap. Like, I hate that people try to act like they side with conscious rap. Like, I get it. We like to feel better, make us feel more ritzier. But bro, conscious rap is all about complaining. It's complaining. Gangster rap is all about solutions. Even if they're not the greatest or wisest solution, this nigga is fucking with me. I'm going to shoot him.
Nah, to a certain extent, he do have a point, because the roots of the majority of conscious rap is people being mad about something. Like, oh, the community dirty. It's always that. And like, but back to Kanye. If you look at all the rappers from the blog era, all them niggas suffer with a certain level of social awkwardness. Literally every nigga that came out the blog era, they all suffer with a certain level of social awkwardness or lack of acceptance. Like from Drake to J. Cole to Wale, all them niggas suffer with a certain level of acceptance. And I think Kanye,
even Meek,
Meek, like Meek to a large degree, Meek. All of them niggas from that era suffer with that shit.
That. Yeah, you would have never thought that. But it used to be shit when I would look at the blog eras. Like, you got to remember, this is me coming into my own as an artist. Like, right, I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck? You got to remember how I'm coming into hip hop. I'm coming into hip hop. Game and Jeezy are the most popping artists in the world. I'm about to get a deal. They drop albums and it's like big and it's like, wow. You know what I mean? And they are a little, don't get me wrong, Chuck is a little different and Jeezy is a little different. You know what I mean? They're not quite what I remember growing up seeing or the type of people I grew up around, but they were a lot closer. By the time I get into certified, I'm 2008, right? This is my first hit single, and here's the blog era. Like Drake is happening. Here's Wiz Khalifa, and it's like, okay, like I get Wiz a stoner, and Drake is like, this Nickelodeon child star. Okay, but I look around again, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? It's like Charles Hamilton. And like now I'm competing with Charles Hamilton. And it's like all of the rappers that's like me. Shout out to Saigon. Shout out to people that was coming up like me, Papoose and guys who I was seeing coming up. It was like niggas was like, yeah, nah, y'all niggas, you know what I mean? And it's like, I met Pap and Pap was like me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, like he like the New York version of the type of guy I am. And then I looked up again and it was like Charles Hamilton. And it was like no diss to Charles and nothing. I'm just saying it went from, huh?
That's I was saying they could rap though, but the look of it and the approach of it and the imagery that came across though was, I think it was. You don't think that happens because it's more so like it's more so unsolid individuals than they are solid individuals, B. I mean, I don't know.
Them niggas was booger eaters, man. All them niggas was booger eaters.
I think came around with more booger eaters than.
I think it's what Trill is saying. I think it went from you having to come through the streets to now you were able to go through college kids and other people who felt socially awkward.
It broke the ecosystem. It broke the ecosystem of hip hop. There was always a way you had to come up. Yeah, like
even the people that people wanted to push, like even the people that ran blogs, they were finding artists that they related to. And it was like they are the same type of people. So it's like, think about it. If Charles Hamilton's at the park trap, you posted up with Charles Hamilton at the park. No diss to Charles Hamilton because he is a cool dude, but I'm saying cuz can't come to the park.
All them dudes, it was a lot of booger eaters and wrist slitters. Like all of them niggas, they came from a whole different generation. And all them niggas are my age. Like literally the whole blog era. All them niggas are my age. All of them. But they was just a different breed of niggas. Like they probably jumped off the porch a little bit later than I did.
They didn't.
And they probably they never jumped off the porch. They jumped on the internet. Like we jumped off the porch. They jumped into the internet. And I think that's what separated. And that's even to this day. These kids aren't jumping off the porch. Like the NBA YoungBoy niggas is jumping off the porch. Kodak Black jumping off the porch. But the other kids are jumping onto the internet. They're jumping onto Twitter, TikTok, and they're becoming who they are based on the internet, not based on regular human interaction. Like we had to go to the park. We had to fight niggas. We did all the regular shit. They didn't have to do any of that. They argue online. Their idea of a fight is tweeting against a nigga and going to niggas' comments and arguing with glasses. That's a fight for them.
I swear to God, bro, they be like, and they be really think they doing something. I'm thinking to myself, like, do y'all think this matters? They be like, hey, we're gonna get him out of here. Get who out of where?
Yeah, like we've been punched in the face. Like they never been punched in the face. They don't understand that.
I swear to God. It's funny because when people they'll threaten you on the internet, I'll be just laughing to myself, like, do you get? You don't get it, like, because they like, and I think that's what happened in that battle. Like, you know who's not a booger eater? Dot.
Yeah.
Like it was like. Yeah. That's why they got so mad at Control because, but in to their defense, Dot presented himself like a boogie eater.
It was the art of surprise right there. They was surprised.
Like Good Kid, Mad City, and he would have songs. They was like, oh yeah, he's like us. He's a bro. This dude is a fucking maniac, bro. Like I don't fucking like. We're fighting people. I'm stopping him from getting kicked off tours. He is not like that. So they thought he was like this weird. I remember Meek said that he was like, oh, you know what? It's just weird. I'm like, man, he would beat the shit out of Meek. Like, and that I swear. So it's like, but I see how he presented himself. He stopped combing his hair and shit. He stopped wearing his Rolex chain. He just started looking like them. And I was like, okay, so I wasn't tripping. I'm like, man, get your money, homie. Like, you know, you the homie, bro. Do whatever. So when the battle happens, I'm laughing to myself like, oh, shit. Like, oh, they think he like them. And they look up and then Control happens. And they like, wait a minute. This don't feel like booger eater energy. Is he trying to compete with us? Like was so.
He did some park shit. He went to the park on them. Them niggas wasn't used to going to the park. That's what he did right there.
He just took
niggas to the park, man.
Niggas like,
yo, listen, man, you my man and everything, though, but you on this court me right now, I'm gonna bust your ass, nigga.
They never went chess. Remember chess?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember chess?
Boom. What you want to do? What you want to do, man? What you want to do?
They never went chess. That's why they thought it was a fight. Like I remember watching an interview with Drake was like, you know, when I saw him, it wasn't the same. Like, bro,
it wasn't
don't
like that.
really
If
have
it's really like that, then let it
problem.
be like
and I'm
that.
like, they never went chess. If they ever been punched, it's been a real. They never been in a fight.
They never slap box before. They never slap box before. They never did none of that shit. Yeah.
No.
That's
so to me, Control is like a slap boxing verse or a chess verse. Like you just, I'm compete with all. They like, oh my God, he hit me. We're not friends. They're calling like, what? Why would you say that?
Yeah.
And Drake took it super personal. Like I don't think Wale didn't take it 100% personal. They pulled up a TMZ video of him. He's like, I would have been offended if he didn't say my name. Like that was the way he took it.
My nigga, DC.
Yeah, because he's from a real area. Like whereas like Wale probably isn't as much booger eater as the other niggas, but you know he understood a certain level of competition.
He camouflaged it though too. Though I think Wale camouflaged it also though, like to the same way he's saying that Kendrick did. Though I thought Wale was a corny dude at first though, but then when I finally started like hearing about it like that, though, I think he camouflaged it also.
Wale got he a little socially awkward, but he not like that. I think
he's not a booger eater.
Wale is a DC nigga still somewhere in there. You know what I mean? Like it's still a DC is one of those places where you was like I almost want to feel Kanye, but it's not. Wale is a little bit more rooted. I could feel it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know.
And Wale came in the game as a fly nigga. Like the majority of the blog era niggas are not fly. Like you see them they look crazy the way they dress. Like Wale came in the game like he had the phone posits on, he had the big old tube socks. He was really representing where he was from, and he was rooted in where he was from. The majority of blog era niggas, you'd be surprised that they're from where they're from because they don't represent any element of where they're actually from.
They represent the internet.
Yo, I seen a what's the name, right? I seen a question. It said, choose one. Mixtape era or blog era?
Mixtape era.
You know I'm choosing the blog era.
I knew Chill was gonna see the blog era.
But the mixtape era was better for the culture though, because it was like trap. You know what it was like to run the Fulton Street and grab a couple mixtapes, grab a Street Wars mixtape, grab the new K-Slay. That was different. Grab a Smack DVD. You know what I mean? Like it was just different to go to the sneaker spot and be able to grab a mixtape after you bought a fly pair of sneakers that you could listen to on a train or whatever. Like it was just it was a better feeling era. But I would say I enjoy more music today from the blog era than I enjoyed from the mixtape era. But the mixtape era was better because you had to be outside, being at Rucker, being at Dykeman, being at Kingdom. It was just a way better seeing niggas $3,000 CeeLo games on Lenox Ave. Like these niggas don't know nothing about that, man.
Not at all.
You know what's funny? Not to judge the homie, because I'm gonna keep the homie out of it because I'm probably gonna be biased to him to Dot. But Rocky was kind of probably is probably the cleanest nigga to come out the blog era, and he's the nigga that raps the least.
But he started off rap. I mean, he could. What you mean, like? All right, so I know you're not talking about rap like that. So you mean like putting out music like that? I think because he had so much. He started out putting out a lot of shit though. Like when he started.
I just think when you come from New York, it's really hard to be. It's really hard to be street adjacent if you're from New York. New York is so small, like it's hard to avoid street urban culture. Like it would take a concerted effort. You know what I mean? Like LA is bigger. Like it might be a little easier in Los Angeles. In New York, it's all small. Like all the boroughs. I mean, what is New York like? 30, 40 square miles?
Let me tell you what it was with Rocky. Rocky's whole approach was like different because you gotta like Rocky. They take from the Bronx for Harlem like that, but Rocky really got on by going downtown though. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not what I'm saying. But you can get the culture off Rocky. Like you can feel like
he brought a different culture. But what you seen within Rocky?
I'm not talking about.
Okay.
He very much is an internet kid too. You could tell like he was influenced by other Southern music. but he's still a New York nigga at his core.
For fact.
You know what I mean? And you get that. You don't, and it's hard to be a New York nigga and just be, it's hard to avoid street urban culture. It's like when people, like when I talk about hip hop and they be like, well, LL, I'm like, yeah, but LL is from Queens, bro. I don't give a fuck what possibly neighborhood you think you got in. Soon as you leave there, niggas. Queens is one of those places like the Bronx, like Staten Island. I don't give a fuck where you at. The white people gonna have a niggery edge. You know what I mean? They gonna have a very like staunch, like when you go to that specific place in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, them white people don't act like regular white people. They try to get at you like on some shit. Yeah, but they even still have like a little attitude. They still be like rude and shit. It's still New York. It's still street New York. And I think that's important. And I think all these other places, that's why New York is really the home of like hip hop, because who the fuck they can avoid street urban culture?
I think more
How
so
could
what
you?
you
Like, which part of New York? Where could you live at in New York and avoid street urban culture?
Long Island.
Soon as you come out that motherfucker, soon as you leave, like New York is one of them places like Gotham City, cuz you'll live in a $20 million penthouse, come down out the elevator, it's a poor person right there is trying to sell you some shit. Like everybody rides the train. The richest motherfucker and the poorest motherfucker is on the same train. Like it's hard to avoid the flavor growing up there. Like everybody in New York is flavored. That's why it makes sense to be the home, right, of the greatest street urban culture to ever come from America. Because everywhere you go in New York City is flavored. I ain't all the spots I've been in New York, all 40, 50 times I've been to. All 40, 50 times I've been to, it ain't a motherfucker. You can't get away from street urban culture in New York. It's hard. Even the best neighborhoods. Trump act like a rapper. Trump. Think about the president act like a fucking rapper. And you be like, bro, you're the president. He like, nah, I don't give a fuck. He like shooting and shit. Like him and 50 Cent are fucking twin. Him and 50 Cent on social media are twins, because that's a New York thing. That's not even like a, that's nobody else in the country could do this. Like you could talk about Kamala. Kamala don't come across like an Oakland motherfucker. She don't.
Yeah.
Trump comes across like a New Yorker.
His whole he got that aggression. He speak his mind.
Over the top. Nobody could whoop him. He probably can't fight a lick, but nobody could whoop him. He gonna pop it like nobody could whoop him. That's New York, bro. New York is that energy, and that's why it makes sense to be the home of hip hop, because everybody there is kind of baptized in the culture. Like every time I think about it, when I used to watch, forgive me, it's a movie, but Coming to America, you can't get away from this shit. You can't get away from this shit. It's everywhere you go.
To Glass's point, like when you think about like New York was built up, whereas a lot of other cities in America was built out.
Yeah.
So you could be out of the way. Where in New York, it's up. Everything is up. So
man,
if you black and you grow up in New York, you in the epicenter of all that. Because even with ASAP Rocky and them being in Soho, Soho was full of a bunch of other kids from all the other boroughs that was coming to hang out in Soho. So you got kids from Brownsville in Soho that want to get fly. You got kids from East New York, Bed-Stuy, Crown Heights, Flatbush. Then you got the whole Harlem. You got the Bronx. Like it was a bunch of alternative kids, but they were still from that element. Whereas like, you know,
urban culture. Them
motherfuckers. Yeah, that's a fact. No, you're right, Trey. I get what you're saying.
That's what I think that makes New York special, and the only place that could truly cultivate a culture like hip hop is because everybody there is going to be seasoned. Everybody there going to be seasoned. Everybody, anywhere I go in New York, like Philly is another place. Like you go to Philly, bro, everybody got a rap verse. I don't give a fuck if it's a bitch working at the toll booth. That bitch will give you 16 right now. There's a bitch at the toll booth. She was cute and the bitch gave me 16. I always test it. I go to, I'm like, oh, you rap? No, I don't really rap. I used to. Man, give me a 16. Nigga gonna get off. And it's
got it.
16 gonna
got
be
it right
hard.
there. Got it right there. Crazy.
You know what I mean? So certain places to me, like I get why New York, that's why my reverence for it is different, because it's so small, but it's a ton of people because everybody on top of each other. So you have no choice but to get the flavor, the seasoning of street urban culture. You don't have a choice. You gonna act like the niggas. The white folks gonna act like the niggas. Everybody gonna act like y'all. Everybody. I don't give a fuck where I've been. I go fuck with the mafia people in Staten Island. They just grabbing their nuts. First off, white man, you need to act white. Trump. Why is Trump up there like, you know, he got his, like, what are you doing, bro? You're not acting white. That be my problem. Like, bro, you like white, you need to act like white people in California. You are confusing me. Why are you acting like 50 Cent?
But that is
why
white.
are you
That's
cutting
white.
off the lady at the meeting? Cause it's like, look, lady, China. Like, why are you fucking trolling people in real press conferences? That's New York street nigga shit.
But I think part of that is black people. We the first people, at least in American society, that made aggression look cool. Where we could be aggressive, but we could still be cool. Whereas in every other culture, if you aggressive, it's a bad thing. We could be aggressive and then we could pop a joke right after that. Whereas when a white person get mad, they mad. They gonna try to kill somebody. You'll see a nigga get mad, snuff a nigga, and then make a joke. I done seen niggas joking while they was fighting. They'd be beating the nigga up and joking. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people in America don't understand, you know, that range of spectrum of thought or feelings within black people, where we could be as angry as we want to be and then be laughing about some shit 90 seconds later. An Asian man ain't about to do that. When them niggas get mad, they mad. When white folks get mad, they mad. When Middle Eastern people get mad, they mad. We the only race of people that can be able to be mad 1 second, laugh in another second, and then be on some other shit another second. And
I mean,
that scares
where
people.
we come from, though. That's from what we've been through. You know what I'm saying? And being able to look past it, and you know what I'm saying, even to something else greater, you know what I'm saying, in the future and shit like that, though. That's what that comes from.
That's how we was raised. Remember when your brothers and sisters got whooped when you was a kid? You would be laughing. They'd be crying.
Mm-hmm.
They come in the room and now you done got them laughing after they got a whooping. And it's like, that's just how we was raised.
You ever notice when parents whoop your ass, like our parents whoop our ass, it'll be a joke in there, like some wit. First off, you whooping me, cuz why is it a wit there?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Like, it'll be a joke in the middle of you getting your ass whooped. This is not the time, mama, to crack a joke. This is hurt. This is painful. And I think that's why only that type of environment in New York could breed. Only New York City could breed something like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it, because you would have to be condensed in us. Nowhere else around the country is as condensed in poor blackness as New York. Like, I don't give a fuck. The richest white man. Actually, New York is the only place in the motherfucking world that I can think of that a rich white man would be that close to the poorest black man on the fucking train.
On the train, yeah.
Now that's a fact. And even geographically, the South Bronx is the poorest congressional district in America, and the South Bronx is about 5 miles from the Upper East Side, which is one of the richest places in America.
And niggas still go down there. Like, niggas will just be going down there. Like, why are you rich?
You can take the same train. Bro? The 6 train is going to take you from the Upper East Side right to the South Bronx, right to Brook Avenue, right to the poorest spot in America from the richest spot.
Like, New York white people don't avoid black people.
Huh? Real white New Yorkers, the real white,
like,
the gentrifiers will. The real white New Yorkers, they know what it is. They know what it is.
Hey, like, whatever. Like, they, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's important. That's why only hip hop could be born there. Because that's the only place that the attitude could be a representative of so many people.
Nah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I'm saying reclaim the number one
like
spot.
Everybody in New York act like a poor nigga.
GNX got number one again this week.
Yeah, there was a little controversy, but yeah, it got it. Yo, I'm gonna say this right now. We live, everybody can hear me. GNX will be a diamond album. GNX is going to be
Diamond
third diamond album. It's going diamond.
Album?
Yes, diamond album. It's at 1.7 right now. He only dropped one video. He's only dropped one video. He's at 1.7 right now. He has the number one song in the country. It's about to be for a month straight. And they're predicting it might be number one for at least another 3 weeks after this. That album is going to go diamond. Mark my words.
I told you, Trap. I told Trap Trio, I'm like, bro, I'm not saying this because the homie. Like, I have been hypercritical of my friend, bro. I have. I'm telling him, I'm like, you know why I never really went as crazy before this last 12 months, bro, is because everything Dot did, I saw it before. My favorite rappers already did it. Snoop did it. Jay did it. You know what I mean? Scarface did. I saw somebody have a #1 song. I saw somebody go platinum. I saw somebody win Grammys. I saw, maybe not a Pulitzer, but I never cared who won it before. You know what I mean? Like, I never saw any of that. So I never tripped. You know what I'm saying? But this last 12 months, it's uncharted territory, Trap. Things are happening. First off, I never saw a diss record go #1, let alone 2 diss records go #1. I never saw that. I never saw a rap battle of this caliber. You know what I mean? I never saw nothing this big. Remember, Jay and Nas is 3 records.
Can I ask
it's 3 records.
And they all B-sides. All B-sides, too.
It took forever. Them motherfuckers is months apart. You know what I mean? So when we did see people dropping, it wasn't like, even at it's the minor level would be a lot of records. Bro, we got 9 or 10 fucking records in a battle on the world's biggest. The whole world was tuned into this. And these are the biggest songs. They're on radio now. It's changed. It went from just like maybe a song, you know, to everything is happening and we all locked in. So then he comes out. He has not only the first #1 diss record, the second diss record that goes #1. And he triumphs in this big battle.
Glasses,
boom, right? Video, right? Wow, this is crazy. I never saw this. Wow, damn. You know what I mean? It's this collab with Mustard. It's like, oh, #1 with this great song. Oh shit. And then he drops this, album. And the album is like, and this album is really fucking good. Holy shit.
But Glasses, let me ask you a question, man. Can y'all hear me?
On the mic, Jay.
Can y'all hear me?
Jay, you need to get your headset. You need to get a headset.
Hold on.
Yeah, ask the question. Yeah.
Y'all can hear me though? Like,
yeah.
y'all
But you just real low.
You're low.
I'm gonna try to make it real clear though. Y'all don't believe in just perfect timing on certain things too, though?
Towards what?
Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, all right, take this. It's a dope ass battle, right? But let's put this battle back in the time with Ether and all that stuff. The same, like Ether. If it's like that, Ether should have got an award, right? Or back to back should have got an award, right? So what I'm saying is, we also got to take consideration of the timing of right now, and then like a lot of things go is like that right now too, though, bro. Like if this would have happened in the early, if this would have happened in the early 2000s, you think he's getting a Grammy for it? No matter like no.
I think he would have won a Grammy no matter what.
No. Like, we got to be realistic at the same time.
You can't do that though, because you gotta go with it then. The way music has elevated and distribution of music like that. So like when he said the Jay-Z and Nas shit though, we got 3 records out of there, and we got those 3 records. We got one record on September 11th. The next record we got December 4th. Then the next record we got the whole next year. So it's like it don't work. Like I'm saying, so within the way that this day and age though, you know what I'm saying, who knows what could have happened? You know what I'm saying, if it would have been delivered the same way delivered right now, then yes, I think he would have got it.
But this is
because remember
Jay,
the first hit record in a battle is Mo D. Is Mo D's song How You Like Me Now.
How You Like Me Now.
That was his biggest single too.
But my thing is this though, like, cause I'm just a person who take things in consideration. I'm not taking none away from the songs or nothing like that. You feel me? But what I'm trying to say is that even, and a lot of people say this, out of the battle, like, yes, that song is a catchy fucking song. Yeah, cool and everything. But out of the battle, a lot of people say his other song was better.
Which one?
We don't
Yeah.
but we don't care what other people say. Like,
No,
that,
a lot,
okay.
like, but lyrically, but even if we take
Look, stop. Listen. Most people don't speak enough English to understand lyrics, so I don't want to even start talking about what people think lyrically. They don't even understand what lyrics is, and I don't want to talk about the battle. That's not the point. I don't. Now we can call back in that. That's not the point. The point I'm saying is why I've never like watching hip hop come into this space is like you watch somebody do something, right? Jay Witt, that's a hit record. This never happened. There's been hit records that are battle records, right? Like I said, How You Like Me Now, Dre Day, Back to Back. You know, those are 3 records that are smash hit records that are diss records, but I never seen one go number 1. Dre Day went top 10, Back to Back went top 40. How You Like Me Now went top 60 or top 80, right? Great, but listen, one drops, goes number 1. The second one drops, you know, another one drops and goes number 1. Coming out of that, right? Fine. These are unmeasurable things. And then he drops his album. This album is really impressive. The first week, the song, right, goes number 1. Right? And it's like, oh, wow, this is really happening.
But wait, hold on, Alexis, because that's another thing. Like, even, and this is where I'm not even being biased, bro. Because even if we take Drake or anybody else, like, it seems like right now, like, what we call the microwave era. So, like, right now, things go number 1 fast as hell anyway. So like that's why I really don't care about numbers.
No, things don't go number 1, Jay.
Bro, we just sat here and watched Tory Lanez do a number 1 on Apple. Like we're always hearing people saying things is
no. Tory Lanez
all
had
right.
number 1. Jay.
All right.
Number 1.
No, can I respond to what Jay? Can I respond real quick to what Jay Nunley said?
Go ahead. I'll be back in a second. Though I gotta go start getting ready to do something.
All right. The thing that you have to consider is when the Jay-Z and Nas battle happened, Takeover or Ether were not the best records that dropped in 2001 by any stretch. Not Like Us is probably the best hip hop record, according to the Grammys, the best record overall.
Best record.
Yeah, according to the Grammys, it is the best record that dropped during that period. And when you talk about Back to Back was nominated for a Grammy, but Back to Back lost to Kendrick Lamar All Right at the Grammys. And that's a better record than Back to Back.
Like, all right, so this is what I'm saying. Like that.
But again, even the term better is preference. Before we get into that, I don't really want to talk about that's
that's why I'm gonna leave that where it's at. Like,
no, things don't go number 1, Jay Nunley. Like Jay, like prime example, he doesn't have a number 1 song. Like people don't have number 1 singles. That's very hard to do. That's not easy.
What I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I'm talking about right now. Back then, no. But right now, a lot
people
of
don't have
things
number 1 songs.
It's quick to go. What I'm saying is a lot of things went number 1 quickly. Is what I'm saying.
No, a lot of things didn't go number 1 quickly. Like God's Plan didn't go number 1 in the first week, Jay Nunley. In the Club didn't go number 1 in the first week, Jay Nunley. It's really hard to go number 1, let alone number 1 in 7 days.
In the Club took damn near 3 months to go number 1.
Yeah, it's hard, Jay.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. This is where y'all like that. Like you're kind of proving my point because that's what I'm saying. Like back in the days, like even if we go back to the In the Club, and you said God Plan, that's a few years ago too. What I'm saying, the past couple years, by the looks of it, a lot of shit went number 1 quick.
No, it don't, Jay Nunley. A lot of shit don't go number 1. It don't work that way.
Every time I look at shit, like be like, this is the number 1 song. Like, oh, this person got 5 songs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bill. Like a nigga's whole album.
Dog, that's only like 3 people.
And even if it goes number 1 immediately, they don't stay number 1. Like Drake got 7 songs that debut number 1.
Also, like that still don't happen that way. Like that's a very hard task, Jay Nunley. In any time, in today's time, yesterday's time, that's like virtually impossible. There's not a lot of artists that had a number 1 song in the country. Like it's probably less than 100 artists. Like that's not a easy task. You know what I mean? People have a couple number 1s. That's not easy.
But you would
so even now, it's not easy.
And to go immediately number 1, like it's only about 12 artists that even have the possibility of their record going immediately number 1. Man, outside of those 12 people, it's impossible.
Yeah, and in hip hop, there's probably less than 3.
It probably is. The only two is really just, I would say, Kendrick and Drake. And unless they're on a song, then Future. Unless Kendrick or Drake is on that record with Future, then they're a
Because
possibility.
Future ain't gonna have a number one on his own.
Yeah,
He don't even have the budget. He's not even presented the budgets to have that opportunity, Jay. It's hard.
He need to buy more bots.
Yeah, so that just show you how hard it is, though. If we telling you it's only
Not
2,
bots.
3 niggas in all of hip hop that can do that. How many people in the other genres? You got Taylor Swift, you got Post Malone, maybe Doja Cat.
One more trolling you out of here.
How many other people can do that? It ain't 12 artists in all of music. J. Cole can't do it.
J. Cole doesn't have a number one. The only number one song J. Cole has been on is Drake's First Person Shooter. That's the only one, Jay Nunley. It's really hard. Let alone, like I'm saying, over this that's 10 months to have 2 songs go number one. And then you turn around, you drop a song, and then this song that they kind of marketed at the beginning of this music video goes number one because people finally got it. And then now, right, you fast forward and here's another song. Now, this end up being, like Trio was saying, that could possibly even end up being a bigger or a song standing at number one longer than the actual, hit record, the best record of last year, which is, I understand this argument about Diamond, but then Jay, he won 5 Grammys, not 1 Grammy, Jay Nunley, for one song, 5.
But
5. He beat out every pop category. He beat out Song of the Year, Record of the Year, Jay Nunley. Song of the Year is a writer's award. Look at all the other songs. They have 5 writers or plus. His is the only one that says one name. But like Jay, this type of shit don't happen. He did 2 Super Bowls, Jay Nunley, in 36 months.
All right, so
I've never saw this ever happen. All the predecessors I grew up listening to, they never had a 12-month like this ever. That's Jay-Z, Tupac, Nas, Big, Snoop, Q.
No.
None of these people, Jay, ever had. It's only been 10 months, Jay Nunley. Next, when is the next month is for like that. So this 11 months, Jay. No artist in history, Jay Nunley, had an 11 month. The closest is DMX in 98, 50 Cent in 2003. No artist has had a run like this.
It's definitely trolling.
Ever.
He definitely trolling, saying, "Yo, we out, yo. We out, yo."
About?
No, we out.
I want you to answer. What am I trolling about?
We out. We be back later. We out. Yo, who the